Oh, dang it. Oh. All my jokes.
Let's just not acknowledge it and don't say anything.
No, we have to. We have to. Oh, gosh.
At least you found out now and not when you were home.
Dang it.
Go ahead, cold open us.
Okay, listener. Oh my word. We just recorded for probably 25 minutes.
I thought it was way more.
You did?
With all the joke stuff, too?
At least, I don't know. We seem to go right through them. Anyways, we just recorded for a while, and here's what happened. I looked over to check the time, and there was no recording.
It wasn't there.
Okay, so here's what we'll do.
We've been going for 35 minutes.
We'll save that. We'll save that story. We'll recap that story a different time. Because we can't have the same conversation over again.
Okay.
Because it would be too hard to fake.
We're trying to pull up the same lines that we just did.
So we'll just tell the story and you're not going to hear. And I'm really thrown for a loop right now. Oh, man. I haven't had a recording error in a while now. I'm sorry if that was a manual error.
Hey, at least we caught it now and not when Michael got home and he had to record with Tammy again.
And I think we were having pho, and then we came in, and maybe it's just a different routine or something. What are we going to do about your jokes? Okay, here's the other thing that happened. We had our jokes, and it was about the best time we had doing jokes. And
I think we just read them again, and we'll, even though it's not raw, we'll be able to read them better.
Okay.
Because I think you can give more oomph to my second one.
Okay, we are going to do a hard reset, and we'll do the other story,
Yes.
and then we'll figure out what we're going to do for the other episode.
Well, maybe by then we can have the other story.
We'll have a regular conversation. Okay, so I didn't do jokes last time, and so we decided to swap some.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to read Will's. Yeah, it was hard to read them last time.
Because we were going to try to read them just off the cuff.
We read them off the cuff, and there's some positives about doing that, but there's also some drawbacks.
Yeah. So let's go for best delivery now that we've pre-read them.
I did like this one. I kind of...
That one can use work.
No, I like the first one.
Yeah.
This is the downfall of reading. So, okay. Couple of jokes here. Have you heard about this? In recent...
The long pause.
In recent news, McDonald's has closed its 850 stores in Russia. The death rate has gone down in the Russian military, and they seem to have more stamina. Way to take away Ukraine's greatest ally. I'm loving it. I feel like I'm holding my microphone like the
Bruce Buffer.
like I'm in a recording studio. You got it hanging down.
Oh, yeah. I was thinking of hanging in the center of the ring.
Oh, yeah. Russia is calling for a return to peaceful coexistence with the U.S. like during the Cold War. Or like the last few years with my ex-wife.
Add in the sitcom laugh track.
Why is it? Yeah, some stuff you have to say with a face. I don't know why that helps.
It does. Okay, so now it's my turn. Sorry. So now I'm going to read Michael's jokes.
Man, I was in a better mood a half an hour ago, too.
All right. These first few are based off
I'm flustered.
a story you may have heard about.
I got to say, there was one, so I was doing my monologue jokes, and I just look up the news, and of course the news is dominated by Russia and Ukraine right now, and some...
It's like we get it.
And there was one Ukrainian news story that sort of inspired a bunch of other jokes. I have some Ukraine-specific jokes tonight. That's all. So I got some Ukraine-specific, and I got some normal.
Here's some specific. The world's largest airplane was destroyed in Ukraine last week. No, it wasn't shot down. It was crashed trying to liberate your mom. That's right. Your mom is so fat, the only border being crossed is her stomach over the top of her jeans.
I think that was my favorite.
Your mom is so fat, when I told her she could join the line of people walking to their freedom, I saw her buying a casket on Amazon. Your mom
is... We're having such a good time with these first time.
I know, as I was laughing at I only have one laugh in me per joke. Your mom is so fat, instead of an arms dealer, she has an illegal thighs and wings dealer. Some boneless buffalo boys. A refugee? More like refugee. I wonder who ate the second breakfast in the bread line.
That one got a good joke out of you.
Yeah, that was a good one. And I said refugee the first time because it is.
Too jujitsu focused.
Oh, yeah. A federal review of Family Dollar, the chain of dollar stores, if you didn't know, indicated that more than 2,300 dead rats were found in their stores last year. Even worse, they were being sold for $1.25.
Yeah.
Inflation. Thanks, Joe Byron. WNBA player Brittany Griner, or Grenier,
okay, that was funnier the second time,
is detained in Russia for some vape pens. However cool vaping is, I don't know if it's pawn in a nuclear chess match cool.
That was better that time.
Yeah. Brittany Griner could have done what some ladies in a Texas border crossing tried. Multiple women were found to have fentanyl packed into their vaginas during a cavity search. I think it's time to change dentists. That's a good one. Pete Davidson met with Jeff Bezos about going on one of the CEO's future space flights. The meeting was described as big dick energy meets literal micro penis energy. A new study has found that a full half of Americans were exposed to IQ lowering levels of lead growing up. No doy.
Okay, that was good too. For some reason, I also love vaginas packed with. Like the word packed is funny.
Oh, jeez.
Not like, I don't know, what other word you would use?
Note to listener, Michael likes packed vaginas.
Oh, it's the words. It's the way the words are funny.
Words are funny.
I thought of another word that pops in my head. We're talking about Iwi Tavers and words that make a
Stuff
certain
that gets stuck in your head all day.
I thought of another one today, and some of you old heads out there might know this. Oksana Baiul. I think she was a figure skater.
Oh.
Oksana Baiul.
I keep getting this guy who is selling Coca-Cola on the beach in Mexico or somewhere, and he sings a song, Coca-Cola Light, Coca-Cola Normal,
Oh, wait, yeah.
Coca-Cola Cero.
I just saw that recently on TikTok.
So I'll just be walking at work and I'll just go, Coca-Cola Light.
Yeah.
Speaking of Coca-Cola Light, this episode brought to you by
Oh, I forgot about this one.
Coca-Cola Starlight Limited Edition, part of the Coca-Cola Creations. This flavor is space flavored.
Oh, after the other ones?
What'd you have?
Wow.
What?
I just had some Starlight.
Mm-hmm. Very sweet.
Those
compared to the other
sweeteners
ones.
don't mix. It's a different type of sweetener.
It was good. I described it as Coca-Cola vanilla meets Dr. Pepper.
I think it tastes like caramel.
It does
Caramel.
taste caramely. Zero sugar.
They have Coca-Cola coffee things,
Oh yeah, I've seen those.
and one of them is caramel. They're way too sweet. They're insanely
Are they zero
sweet.
sugar?
No, the other coffee ones.
Yeah.
Well, they might have a no sugar one, but not the ones I
They're
drink.
sugared up.
But they have them in the room where we have our month-end close meeting at work.
Mm-hmm.
We have them down in the corporate boardroom.
Are they like in a
So
vending
they
machine?
keep drinks down there. No, not in a vending machine. This is corporate
This is
boardroom.
this is free mini
this
bar.
is the C-suite, dog. There's free stuff.
I know. I forgot you're on the same floor as the CEFOs or whatever.
So then those were in there, and I wanted to try it one time.
Mm-hmm.
But the Coca-Cola caramel
Coffee.
the Coca-Cola coffee is a good idea. It's just so sweet.
Yeah.
But they also have a caramel one. That's why I'm saying this tastes. I sort of
Coca-Cola
know what
once
this.
came out with a little can. It was almost like a Red Bull size can, and it was Coca-Cola. Shoot, I don't remember what it was called, but it was like all natural. Like they used the natural cane sugar and like whatever makes that really strong like cola flavor, like of the roots or whatever.
Licorice or something.
Yeah, something like that. And it was intense, but it was so good.
Mm.
It was like super intense flavor. And then this episode, continuing with our tradition, we are trying the Bud Light Seltzer Hard Soda Edition, featuring classic cola, citrus soda, which looks like, like lemon lime, and orange soda and cherry cola.
The cherry was all right, but if you don't like it, then
I don't like cherry flavored things usually.
remind me of that when I come over next time, and I'll have it. Or maybe I'll have another one tonight.
Oh yeah, there's
you don't have
there's
to
still
drink
the
'em.
cherry, just plain cherry Trulies in there, black cherry.
Because you don't like them?
Nope.
Dude, let me know. I'll have them.
Okay. Well, we always have another box every week now of a different kind. So
Yeah,
I finished.
we're definitely on a.
Yeah, I had the cola
Oh yeah, because
hard
we had
seltzer.
the margaritas before.
Yeah, margaritas, sours, Thanksgiving, Christmas number 2.
Yeah, we're still waiting on the Mountain Dew.
Mountain Dew hard seltzer. If you get it to us, you'll be a lifetime sponsor.
Yeah.
It's only in like 2 states last time I checked. That's such a long burp. I thought your video was playing on your phone. Thought it was like...
Oh, man. I feel like half the size now.
That's good.
Dang. We didn't talk about this. I have this as an update. I don't know why. Sorry, Father. Father doesn't listen. But I have an update. Speaking of, I just want to... There's sometimes I want to go for a goosing at home. Then I think about, but then I think about this podcast, And it's like, I can't go for a goosing because
You already defamated the goosing.
I'm traumatized. But then I just think about this podcast, and anytime I goosing,
I know. I see the
about
TikToks
to
of the
occur.
girls doing it to their boyfriends.
Maybe
Yeah.
that's what's re-traumatizing me lately.
I'm like, don't.
It's kind of a trend right now.
If you want to get like smacked into the wall, go ahead and try that.
Yeah, there's a certain sound that's going with all. But
What's it sound like?
no, it's more of a narration than
Oh, yeah.
It's like it's not a music one.
Oh,
But it is girlfriends.
yeah. Poking their boyfriend's buttholes.
Yes, don't do that.
Yeah. Who do you think they are? Kanye West?
But I was remembering, like, one of the times, like, playing catch, like, pretty much maybe the first and only time I got a black eye, a real black eye. His dad and I playing catch, and it, like, ricocheted off my glove, and got me in the eye.
Yeah.
And I was young, and I was crying, and it really hurt. And I can remember Dad sort of like laughing and just kind of being like,
Probably was funny. I follow the Instagram page, Kids Getting Hurt, and it's funny.
no, don't tell me you follow a thing called Kids Getting Hurt.
Yeah. Kids getting hurt, girls getting hurt. The great pages.
Girls Getting Hurt, I can possibly do if they're old enough.
Girls getting hurt. It's funny because it's always like high places, 2,876, girls 0. Or like whenever a girl's like on a table or up on something. It's just,
Oh,
that's
yeah.
funny. Kids getting hurt. They're always
No.
okay.
No.
They always say dad said they're okay. Or mom said they're okay.
But they're not, are they?
Yeah, they are. Haven't you heard the Jordan Peterson sound on TikTok where it's like, you have to let your kids, do hard things or whatever, like discover things and learn.
I saw a Jordan Peterson video today, and it was like Jordan Peterson explains mysterious symbolism or something in the Bible. And it was the bronze snake that they hold up and they have to look at or whatever.
Yeah.
And I was just like...
It was actually him.
And yeah, it was like on Joe Rogan or whatever. And I was like, I want to click on this so bad because I want to know what stupid thing like Jordan Peterson is going to say about this thing. But the title of the video was already funny because it's like mysterious or whatever.
Oh, yeah. Clickbaity.
Yeah, it was like, no, it's probably like something like so obvious that
Yeah.
every scholar for the last like 4,000 years has understood and whatever.
Right.
But Jordan Peterson's gonna come with it. Did you see any clips from this latest Joe Rogan one?
Mr. Beast.
No.
Jordan Peterson.
Jordan Peterson?
No. Not that I'm aware of.
It seemed weird. Because remember he just...
Mr. Beast was on there and they broke Spotify.
They broke Spotify. Oh, that was the day, like 2 days ago or whatever. There was outages and whatever.
Yeah.
Was it them?
People think it was.
Mr. Beast.
Because he has like 200 million followers, Mr. Beast.
Oh, he's the one. Yeah.
The most earningest YouTuber. You know what he does that I learned on there? Because I listened to part of it driving home. He started taking all of his videos and he dubs them in different languages and he like hires voice actors, but he'll like hire known voice actors. So like one of them, I think it's in Mexico, his Spanish channel is his voice is the guy who does Spider-Man's voice in like the movies or whatever.
Yeah. And it's part of his strategy, you're saying?
Yeah, it was like the fastest growing YouTube channel last year was this Spanish Mr. Beast.
Yeah.
Because he's saying that like only 10% of the world English is their first language, something like that. So it's like, why not?
Yeah.
Just repost the videos with dubs.
Yeah.
But like
totally.
good ones.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Especially there's a lot of Spanish language like music, videos, and whatever that are like have eclipsed, a lot of the English speaking ones, and English speaking ones are still usually the most.
Well, just look at like BTS or something,
Do they speak Spanish?
The Korean stuff. The number of views that they have.
Yeah.
It's insane.
I saw this thing. It was when, shoot, I was just thinking about it. What's the Squid Games?
Yeah.
How it came out, and it was supposed to be one of the like most like quickly or most watched things on.
Yeah, in
Netflix
a certain amount of time, it like had the most views.
And then Mr. Beast did. It wasn't like a parody. It was like some sort of remake of it.
Yeah, it was like a challenge, but it was Squid Game themed.
Yeah. But then he was promoting it like, I got this many views in 1 week versus I got this many views for this much money. But then people were criticizing him. And I actually think it's true. It's kind of like a cheap way to make entertainment, to like parody, or, like your whole channel is about, reactions to, other videos or something. It's like, Squid Games was this, creative, like artistically.
But I think he did what he does, and he does like those challenges.
Yeah.
Where it's like who can keep their hand on the car the longest.
Yeah.
Whatever, different things. And so that was just another challenge.
But yeah, that's what I was saying. It's like, but the way he was promoting it is how many views he got in, like, for a certain, I think it was for a certain price point. And it's like, people were saying, like, well, he didn't spend all the time, because the story of Squid Games, like, he tried to get it made for like 10 years or something like that, or was writing it for a super long time.
I don't know the story that much about it.
Everybody knows everything about it. I never watched it.
I didn't watch it. Squid Games is my Stranger Things.
Oh, wow.
I'll watch it one day. You know what's stopping me is I heard this video of this people saying if you watch it with the English dub over, it loses out on some of the translation.
Oh.
And so then I'm like, okay, well, I want to watch it with the better translation.
Korean first.
They say the subtitles are more correct than the dub.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, that's right.
And so I was like, okay, well, I need to watch it with subtitles then. But I don't always want to sit down and watch it with subtitles,
Right.
I want to just be lazy.
Right.
Be half on my phone and half watching TV.
Right. Oh, yeah, that makes sense.
Or whatever,
Yeah.
So I haven't watched it. I will. I'll watch it.
Wait, how did we get on this? Jordan Peterson. It was something
Mr.
about
Beast.
Dad.
Goosing. TikTok.
Goosing?
Yeah.
We went from goosing to Mr. Beast?
Yep. Because we said goosing, and then we said TikTok, and then I said...
I know, there's one piece.
Jordan Peterson.
Oh, yeah. What'd you say? Jordan Peterson.
And you said, did you see the most recent Joe Rogan? And I said Mr. Beast, because that was the most recent one.
What did you say about Jordan Peterson? Oh, about kids.
Yeah.
Kids. And you follow kids getting hurt.
Yeah.
No, that's one thing I cannot watch or put up with.
I'll watch anything. A kid take a kickball to the face.
Oh,
no. Or when they like fall off slides and stuff. And because then I'm like, that is so true. You're like growing up.
That's so true.
You're growing up and you're just playing on the playground. And who creates these playgrounds? But designs them, these horrible slides, and you just go flying off of it.
Exactly. So that's what you got to think about. Your brother is somebody who, if there was a video of me, the baseball ricocheting off my glove, hit me in the eye, black eye.
The dad laughs.
And the dad laughs.
Yeah, it's all on kids getting hurt.
And then, but that little kid grows up to hate his dad.
Why?
Because of the way he laughs at him and gooses him. Yeah.
I'll give it a like.
I think that's what I say. I project.
Yeah. I think it's your childhood trauma.
Exactly.
I have my blanket. You don't follow kids getting hurt.
Man, kids getting hurt.
It's a top page for me.
Top page. I can't do it, man. I can't do it. Is that all the updates I have? Let me shove some updates into this episode.
You want me to tell my story of last weekend? How much time do we got?
Yeah, we're good. Yeah, let's do your story.
Okay, I alluded to this in previous episodes. It worked out that I was able to do open mic stand-up in Auburn.
Yes.
So I had a hot 5. Come to find out when I got...
5 minutes is a long time.
Well,
that was the
listen to
first
this.
time when you told me how long it was. I was like, that is in my head, I know.
Yeah, it wasn't Kill Tony 1 minute. It was 5 minutes.
Not from doing stand-up, but just from doing sermons. Like, being able to speak that long. Even, I know how much on a page, you know.
Well, listen to this. So it said on the website, because there was a theme, it said Wild Wild West theme, 5 minutes, 1 minute light. It'll be like quick, you know, boom, 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 all the comics. That's all it really said. And then I get there, and I'm just sitting there with my friends, and she's explaining. She's like, all right, the theme for tonight's Wild West is supposed to be so you can kind of work on closing out, you know, if you get the light. So you don't know if your set's going to be 5 minutes. You don't know if it's going to be 10 minutes. You just have to be able to stop right when, you know, when you get the minute light. And I'm like, what? Over 5 minutes? I'm planning on 5 minutes. I like recorded myself.
Over 5 minutes for open mic?
I recorded myself making sure it was 5 minutes, you know?
Oh, yeah, you would have to.
Practicing.
Yeah, exactly.
And so I was so nervous once I heard that. So I thought I was going to run out of material.
Yeah, totally.
And so, and we should cut and we'll watch it. And I ended up, okay, so some coworkers showed up, and I ended up being like 6th in line. And I met with the lady, the producer lady. I was like, hey, I'm Will Browning, blah, blah. She's like, oh, good. You're like the only one I didn't really know on there. And I was like, yeah, it's my first time. And she's like, oh, awesome. And then I was like, yeah, it didn't say that.
Did her face fall when you said that?
Like, oh, no. Well, I was like, I didn't put, there was nowhere to put that like on the application thing. She's like, yeah, I just added that because I was thinking to myself, what if I just have 10 people that have never done it before?
She's like, note to self.
Yeah. And so she's like, it's totally good. You know, do great, blah, blah, whatever. And then
Stuff she can't say in any confidence whatsoever.
Yeah. I go and
psycho.
I go and sit down, and then that's when she explained.
You could be anybody.
I know. And that's when
you could be any crazy person.
And that's what I was
street.
And that's what I was kind of expecting. I was expecting it to be like that. Like
some goofballs, you mean?
Yeah, some goofballs. Not a lot of people there. People like having their own conversations at tables while this is going on in the bar.
That's what I noticed from your picture. It seemed like everybody was invested.
It was freaking a packed house. There was no extra seats. There's literally people standing in the back. And like if you weren't there, we got there at 7:30. I started at 8, and we had to like scrounge seats. And yeah, so it was like packed out, and these are like all
Renton,
Auburn.
Auburn.
And so like all the other comics were like people that do it more regularly than I do.
Crazy.
Like one guy does it for 15 years. Jay Will, the comic, shout out.
Oh, the last guy though.
No, that wasn't the last guy. He was before me.
Oh, I just random.
Well, yeah, I don't know how she made the list, but
you followed a good guy.
Yeah, but like how she did the, I don't know how she did the list because on the application it didn't say how good you were or how experienced you were. So I just got
But if
thrown
he's
in
done a lot,
6.
maybe she knew him.
Well, yeah, that's what she said. She had seen other people before, or whatever, knew them. And so yeah, I followed a guy that'd been 15 years. I didn't follow him though, but he was like 2 people in front of me.
But also, has he been doing it for 15 years?
Yeah, I don't
or
know. I don't know. I never heard of him.
He does 3 shows a year, 15 years.
I don't know. He was very much more confident, swagged out than I was. It's J. Will, the comic.
The comic.
And I actually came up with a bit about that, and I was gonna say it, but I forgot. By the time I got up there, I was gonna say like, give it up for J. Will, the comic. Blah, blah. I was like, man, how do I get a cool nickname like that? I'm the wrong color.
Oh.
But no, it was tons of fun, and let's go to the vid, and then we'll keep talking about it.
Okay.
Cut here.
Oh man, now that I'm seeing it, it's like I should have done it with you. Now I'm jelly. Because I was saying 5 minutes is a long time, but then watching it, it's also 5 minutes goes by so fast.
Yeah. And I did a couple things at the beginning. So, yeah, so I got up there, riffed a little because my coworkers were there. And it was...
Let me describe it for you people listening.
Sure.
It was like a small room. Who was filming? L-Dog?
Yeah.
And L-Dog was filming, and it was a good shot.
Mm-hmm.
Nice space. I like the man and the woman. So there's like a man and the woman, man balding on the left, overweight.
I posted the intro on the...
Yeah, smaller, black dyed hair woman on the right.
It was real. It was real.
It was real?
She was a POC.
She was a POC?
Yeah.
I couldn't tell.
I know.
I don't see color.
Yeah.
And it could have been dyed, though, still.
Yeah, but she was pretty dark brown.
It could still be dyed.
I think she was Latinx.
You don't think they get gray hair?
I think they do.
It was pretty...
I've seen Coco.
It was pretty solidly dark.
Anyway.
I was surprised.
Anyway.
I mean, the guy was gray with a giant bald spot.
Yeah, but she looked like 40-something and Latinx. We're staying too much on this anyways.
He's like, oh, you look so exotic. Was your father a GI?
Yeah.
And yeah, I like watching the reactions of the people in front of you because they liked all your jokes. And the jokes were like extended versions of things we've done in the podcast.
Right, yeah. So that was kind of my
MO.
gateway into it, is I just took some of the jokes y'all know and love from the monologues.
And you added the cadence of like a...
Yeah. I made it more conversational.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it was fun.
Yeah, I was just thinking, it just reminded me, I mean, speaking at church is not the same exact thing, but just being up in, I've sung a gazillion more times also in front of the church. So.
I really had a good tag, and hopefully I'll tell it now. It was about the PTSD one, about becoming like Jason Bourne when it comes to bathrooms and knowing exactly how many bathrooms are in the building and which one's the closest.
That's good.
I know, and I didn't get there. So, like I was saying, you either had
don't save your best material when you only got 5 minutes.
5 minutes, or I was like worried about running out of material.
Yeah, I would be. That would have been my first thought.
And so, especially when she said, "Oh, it might be 5, might be 10. Just whenever you get the light, you have to end it." And so I was like, "Oh shoot!" But then it ended up being I had that joke at the end, and then they ended up me being one of the shortest people up there, probably because I told them I was new.
Oh yeah,
and
that's probably true.
And so I got the light, which I didn't see the light, and then I got the cut it right this second light
Your jokes are good, and I thought, but obviously knowing you, I could hear the tightness in your voice.
Yeah. But I don't think like they could as much because they don't know me.
Yeah, they don't know you. But when you got done, did you feel like? I mean, you did good.
Yeah,
and people laughed at everything, so you probably.
I felt good the most when the other comics that I thought were really funny that had been doing it for a while. Like there's this guy, Big Sal, and he was big, and his name was Sal. He was really funny. I thought he was the funniest one, even more over than the closer.
Yeah.
And he was like, oh, that's great stuff, blah, blah, blah. And then Jay Will, the comic, he's like, man, you did great out there. He's like, you just need to be confident, like more confident. He's like, you had 17 people at this show. I had 3. This was your show. And he's like,
oh, that's nice.
He's like, you need to go up there and be cocky as hell.
What a nice guy,
yeah.
man.
He's like, you got the stuff. You just need to own it.
Again, it's the people that make the experience.
Yeah, the community.
Great. Yeah, what if I signed up with you and the lady's like, oh, you're the older brother who's been doing it a long time, and then the younger brother wants to do it too? And we're both like, no, it's both our first time. Mm-hmm. Then she really would have lost
Maybe we can be like those... The brothers. Yeah, what's their name? Scalar brothers. Or the black ones. What's their names?
Oh, yeah, I don't know that.
I forgot their name. Yeah, but the Sklar brothers.
Yeah, those black brothers, those guys are funny.
They're funny. And they dress exactly the same.
Yeah.
Yeah, we could like do that.
That would be funny. Just do our jokes from here. We could do them rapid fire.
Yeah. Well, that's what I had to do. So I literally like typed it out. First I like copied the short version I had saved in my phone, and then I like would like think about it throughout the day and like keep adding to it to make it more conversational. Right. And I was like imagining me telling a crowd of people, how would I explain this, you know?
Right.
And so I was just adding, and then
but especially you ad-libbed at the beginning, and that's so hard because you know in your head, like, oh, I'm going to walk up there.
Right.
And I want to say something to just sort of find my place in the room. You know, just if somebody spills something, then you say something about that. Or if you say, oh, it's quiet, then you say...
Yeah, our girl walks in with 2 halves of a kickball glued to her chest.
You got to say something because you got to plant yourself in the room. It helps you. It's a little trick for you mentally.
And I feel like it gets them on your side.
Exactly.
You know, they feel comfortable with you. I feel like I've listened to enough stand-up comedians talk about that.
Yeah.
That's what I was trying to do.
But then because it's your coworkers, this is what I was just thinking about all this the whole time. It's like, because it's your coworkers, and then you said a couple more things than just one sentence, then I would be in my head like, okay, did I just spend 2 minutes talking about that? Or I felt like it was 15 seconds, you know?
Well, I felt like what I did, because I planned this while sitting there before I went up, is that I did the callback to the other guy's joke that he called out to my coworker.
Oh, yeah.
So it was like, I was bringing people. I'm like, we're all here in the same experience because I did this callback. And I also like showed my cards a little bit because like those are my coworkers.
Yeah.
In the front row. Which ended up helping me later when I said my coworker walked in on me.
She got the biggest laugh.
And someone heckled me and said, was it one of them?
You just sounded like King of the Hill right now.
Dang it, Bobby.
Whoa, why does your voice sound like him so much? It's hilarious. So that was cool. So you enjoyed it.
Yeah, and so added a bunch of people on Instagram. They told me to come out. So there's this place in Tacoma towards...
Now I can't stop hearing... What's his name? Hank Hill?
Hank Hill. Damn it, Bobby. Peggy. What's he say? Propane and propane accessories. What was I saying? So there's this... so ever since... I also saw Big J. Okerson the day before at Tacoma
I forgot
Comedy
about
Club.
that.
That's a different story. I don't really have anything for this, but it wasn't that great. I think it was like the late show, and I think he got like really high, and he just kind of like did crowd work the whole time, and it wasn't like that prepared. And I like guys like Mark Normand who are prepared jokes. He kind of does.
I think one of his specials is all crowd work.
Right, but it didn't work out that great this time.
Yeah.
So it was like, and I went there with someone who like loves him, and that's like really why I went. Oh, yeah. Because I was like, I'm sure it'll be good. And actually, the guy before him, the like feature was so good.
Yeah.
He was like from somewhere like Louisiana or somewhere like Arkansas, and then moved to Bremerton, and like grew up in Bremerton.
To Bremerton?
Yeah, mxpx style. What was I saying? Went to there the day
place.
before.
You had some friends.
Oh yeah. So somehow like I went to the Big J Okerson, and somebody mentioned this Nate Jackson Super Funny Comedy Club, and then someone at my thing mentioned it, and then one of my friends on Instagram or Facebook like went there that same night, and they were posting all of it, and I'm like, I like just like heard about this nonstop all weekend, and it's this club, this guy Nate Jackson, who I guess like tours nationally. I don't really know him. Opened this club in 2020 down. It's kind of like by all the warehouses in South Tacoma, and it's like popping off, I guess. And he does lots of open mics there. He does classes, but then he has like pretty big people come in there. And it seems legit. It's got a cool stage that like is like round, comes out with like the mic in the middle.
I'm jelly. Now I want to do it with you.
We got to do one.
At the beginning, I was like, I don't know if I would do it. Like, I think I would like the experience.
That's what also was fun about it is like I wasn't like I want to be a stand-up comic. This is going to be my life. This is my career, you know. So like didn't like have that pressure.
About to go viral.
Post some content. Joe List keeps talking about how much he hates filming stuff for content.
Yeah.
And so now he's like diving into it on purpose, and he's starting all of his shows off with like some like riff that he can post. And he always is like king of content. And it's like something really stupid usually.
That's a good way to like actually do it.
Yeah. And so yeah, you should do it. There's the Bob's Java Jive like we've talked about.
Oh yeah.
Someone like took over their Instagram, and it's on fire. Like they're posting all the time now. They're doing
they
more karaoke and more.
Do they have people out there open mics?
Yeah, it's freaking like I see all their posts now, and it's freaking crowded.
Okay, so I gotta have that in my head. If I actually do it, I want to do it.
Yeah,
just at least one time.
Right. Yeah, do it at least one time. And there's that one. There's the ones at the Nate Jackson's Super Funny Club. There's more of this Open Mic Collective. That's what I did. Open Mic Collective PNW on Instagram. And they're like at different like bars and restaurants all over Pearson.
Dude, was Lauren like all over you? Like so proud? Like that was awesome.
Oh
like,
yeah.
That was the sexiest you've ever been.
No, she didn't. Eyes. She didn't like some of the jokes. Because one talked about poo.
Oh yeah. She deals in dog poo all the time.
That's probably why she didn't like it.
She should be familiar.
It's her trauma.
It's her trauma. Oh yeah, she's the child. Was her mom doing it while she was a child?
Yeah. Her mom's been doing it since she was 17.
Oh,
since her mom was 17.
Oh, so it was a part of really
family
100%.
Yep.
Dang.
Anyway, enough about her. Back to me.
No, and yeah, that would be cool. It'd be like energizing afterwards. I'm thinking like the feeling afterwards.
Oh yeah, it was fun. I like wish could have had like the comic hang afterwards.
The picture that you posted of it, it just reminded me of like like after choir or like after band or something.
Great joke, which the comics laughed at when we were taking that picture, because she did it like selfie mode. And I was like, who are you, Ellen up in the front?
Oh, yeah.
And Big Sal laughed.
Big Sal.
I couldn't find his Instagram, though.
So, anyways, that's cool, man.
Yeah, it was...
I feel happy for you.
Check the box. I definitely want to do it again.
Especially when we're writing jokes all the time.
Right.
You got material.
I know. I want to buy some of your 10 you had today.
Dude, pay me. I need some extra money.
The vape ones. Those ones. Those were my favorite.
Okay, well, we should wrap it up because I got some more jokes for you.
Okay.
And they're going to be good.
Oh, I'm excited.
And it's episode 90 next week.
Wow. 90.
We're in the nines.
We're about to have Alzheimer's.
We're in the 9/10.
And remember, if you donate $1,000, you can be a legacy.
Legacy extraordinaire. We would mention your name every week of this podcast.
Every week until the end of time.
Until this podcast is going until the end of time.
So, yeah, it'll help get our video started. And
so share it with your friends. Share it with your friends in Ukraine and in America, in Germany, wherever you live.
Yep. But we sanctioned it, so you cannot. So we sanctioned it, so you can't share it to Russia, though. So
oh yeah,
they are excluded.